Hello there, Scorpio. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Scorpio for August of 2019. 8 months of the year's gone. For everybody that's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month and pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. During the reading, makes all of us Scorpios named Frankie. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You're going to get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I believe they'll blend in and out throughout the month like an overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us, and the message is take charge. And I understood it when I looked down at these cards here, and I was like, whoa, I guess so. It was like, if there's something that's holding me back, keeping me from moving ahead, or in some manner is totally frustrating, it is time for me to step up to the plate and take charge of the situation. But we do not take charge of a situation without tact. That's a little difficult for we Scorpios, but that's what they're saying. It's going to take that this month, whether it's at work, whether it's with people that we love or care about. Maybe we have to have a talk with them or negotiate, a new deal, whatever. We are going to do it and probably do it in a well-rounded manner. If we do the tact and, whatever, which I can't wait to see how that one comes out for us. We have good words this month. They're resilience, obedience, responsibility, compassion, and contentment. And this is a really interesting lay of cards because we got one card and I put them in the deck in different places after I'm done and pick them up. And we got a card that's be our second card when I pull them out, that's in the exact same spot as Libra's reading, and it's the same thing. So look at your moon and rising. Maybe some of us have that Libra energy in there. And here's our word, contentment, right on the bottom of the deck. And it's the Six of Pentacles, and that means past financial problems are like solved, and we have plenty to share, we have plenty to spare. It's a really good thing. It means that we can afford like to do something charitable, actually, if we wanted to. There's the scales of balance, right there with them, and two hands here being held out, to accept things at a balanced position with our income and our outgo, and we're using our monies or our prosperity in some manner to be able to help others too. So it means there's a good time coming to us and a good time going out from us in material realm, because it's pentacle energy. So that's earth energy, that's money, possessions, finances, that kind of stuff. We could be making a contribution to somebody, making a contribution to somebody, like to help them, maybe help them on their like with the college tuition, help them in some way, maybe help our kid buy something that they need, those kind of energies that come up around it, and I really like it because it is that word contentment here, and we are able to serve others. Now, these cards work both ways, so I want to say, and that's partially because of the next card coming up, maybe someone is being kind or generous to us. And if I'm the Scorpio, that someone's just being kind and generous to us, I want to say thank you and accept it. Well, a friend of mine said, when you get a gift, you're to say thank you and accept it. Say, I accept it. And someone gave me a gift of lunch and we were all together, and instead of I said, I accept it, thank you. She said backwards. So we're to say thank you and accept it graciously, right? Because when someone is willing to help or serve us in some way, it's just as good to give, and we Scorpios are big givers. It's just as good to give as it is to receive. And when we receive, we get more energetics for that income outgo, and everyone benefits. Sometimes we just have to give others, occasionally, if I'm that Scorpio, I have to give others their chance to serve. It could also mean, based on this second card here, and that take charge of our first message there, and the third card here, I'm thinking some of it might be a raise at work or a promotion. Maybe we're making a negotiation with the boss because of the cards, the way they're laying here also. So for some of us, it may not be just at home where we're having to do this negotiation. Maybe a family, friend, relative, if you're trying to help them to help theirself, give them information they can't swallow yet, that kind of energy because of this card that's coming up here. This is about courage and determination. It's when we are ready, willing, and able to fight for what we believe in. This Seven of Rods energy is a really powerful energy, and it means we're going to stand our ground no matter what. And that coming with that original message is interesting, isn't it? So I'm thinking, oh boy, for some of us, we might really be having to go in and speak to the boss or speak to a co-worker that's not working and giving us all of their work, that type of energy. We could have fallen into complacency with this card, but now we're vital and we're active and we're standing. So it's a card of profit and gain, with some determinedly, I can't get the word off, holding off the competition or the enemies. It's our word resilience and responsibility and being obedient to stand up and take charge, because our intuition, is going to go right with what we're perceiving and give us that capacity from that original message there in order to stand our ground. We could be outnumbered because he's outnumbered. He has 6 rods down below him. He's usually standing on a hill. He is up above these other rods. There's usually others in front of him, but he's standing, and he's standing firm. So even if we're outnumbered, we are going to win the day. And when we get this particular 7, we are discovering like inner resources that we even hardly suspected we ever had down deep inside of us, because people don't realize how soft-hearted we are. It's a honest to God truth. They expect different, and we actually are soft-hearted. So when we discover these inner abilities, this is the way they want me to say it, that we didn't even know we have. We put them into good use, and we use them to overcome any obstacles that are in our way. Therefore, we have the advantage, right? And eventually, we achieve the success by our sheer force of will and our personality and our determined effort is what they want. That's what Spirit's saying. And our determined effort. So we're not playing games here. If we're talking like family members, maybe we're trying to help them to make a change. You know, what's that saying? The Lord helps those that help themselves. You know, and they aren't going to accept it. We're not going to waste energy on it, even if we know it's the right thing for them to do, because this is a strong card, and it kind of, in this sense, it kind of overrides the reading, if that makes any sense to you. It kind of holds that ground because of the next card here, really. And this is the one that Libra got, and it's the Justice card, and it was in the same exact spot. So this is when we're concerned with external circumstances, we're waiting for an action or the time for the action to be exactly right. We could be seeking justice, like in a personal or business affair, or be involved in some type of lawsuit. It is the Justice card. It's the scales of balance there. But when we get justice, it is very important that we work to resolve the situation in a way that is fair and balanced to everybody that is participating. Fair and balanced to everyone that's participating. We have to create balance, not only of power in this case, you know, because this is a strong card. They told me this overrides our reading. Okay? So we create a balance of not only power, but our emotional reactions to the situation at hand, which means we could be jockeying for power at work, or it could be division of material possessions between ourselves and others, maybe family member, maybe a divorce case, things like that. The card is moderation in all things. You know, we can get this card if we're doing it for someone else. We're called in, you know, to, like, I want you on my side, Scorpio type energy, but we're neutral, we're level, right? We are obedient, we're responsible. You know, we would not allow our emotions to step into play whenever we're speaking. We would do it fair and just for all. So because of the next two cards I'm getting here, let's say we're in a divorce situation, right? And with this Six of Pentacles energy, you know, we're waiting for the outcome. And we've had to fight and struggle and stand up for ourselves through the whole entire gamut, right? I'm going to tell you what I told Libra. This is a card that says, do not just get in the battle to take what I want. It's balanced, so I am there for my just dues. So if it was, if I've been working all this overtime, example, the boss isn't paying me for it, and they're expecting me to be there till 10 o'clock at night, things like that, that's a take charge energy. And that's part of what we're going to do this month. And it is extremely, because justice is neutral, justice is fair, and it goes by the laws. So we wouldn't take more, we would take our just dues, that which we've worked for, that which we deserve. It's that type of energy, and it's a strong card too. So we have that 7 here, and this is justice is responsible. Justice is content with the decisions that it makes. Justice is resilient, really resilient. Justice is responsible. So justice can negotiate based on the rules or the law of the game that I'm in. Now, I don't know what that's being said like that for, Scorpio, but they're saying it for a particular reason. Okay, maybe because I saw this another six energy right under the Six of Pentacles, which is nostalgia. You know, maybe somebody used and abused me and they're taking advantage of me and I'm only seeing the happy parts. Well, my perception of what's happening is going right with my intuition this month. So I'm going to take charge of anything that is stopping or frustrating me from moving forward momentum towards my goals, right? Because our next card here is another major arcana, and it's the Emperor card, and it means that we're involved in something, some type of uh, established order, or involved with someone else who's a representative of. They just showed me quotation marks, the establishment. Okay, justice. We might, it is an upright card here. So, and they did say I'm to speak a little about reversal if it's reversed, so I'm going to go with this. So maybe we want to identify with this group. It could be religious, it could be ideological, intellectual, political, um, corporation type energy also. Maybe we're attending meetings related to whatever it's above and beyond with this little social group, institution, economic thing, company, community, and we like identify is the word they're saying, identify with that power. We might be feeling um, need to belong or need to be one of them, or we may be associating with someone who needs to belong or be one of them. But they said, tell you a little about reversal. So it could be a situation where we are, because we're all different Scorpios, and since they've said that to me, I'm going to say it. So we're all different Scorpios, maybe we're in conflict with this established order of whatever's going on there, and we're feeling pressured to accept, like our word here, responsibility, right? That isn't ours, Um, Maybe it's at our work, maybe it's at our church, or something along those lines, and we could be feeling pressured, like, to accept the responsibilities we don't want or we don't feel like handling, frankly, like handling anymore. Um, they're saying we may need something too if it's upside down, like some of us may need more experience or more drive, or maybe our physical energy could be a little bit depleted also when the Emperor's in reverse like that. And personally, I feel that if the Emperor's in reverse like this and we feel depleted, right? Maybe we're taking on too much responsibility. And that is that original message, okay? So for some of us, it just may be, yeah, they're saying for some of us, it just may be that reversal of that particular energetics there. And that's, you know, my feeling around that is because of our next card, if somebody's using me up and eating me alive, let's say a work situation or family member, friend that's taking way too much from me, because they just told me to say a little reversal on this next card. Also, just in case, that because of the next card, we are going to take charge of it and we're going to come to terms, like making a negotiation, like this is a no-go, and if you expect this, I expect this, it's a negotiating type energy. Also, along with this, it's a negotiating energy along with it, because our next card here is the King of Rods or Wands. Now, this is fire energy, and we're water. So some of us may be getting called up to take on this strong, like, powerful type of energy, right? It's a possibility, or it could be the boss or the family member acting out. Fire energy, male or female, because these are general readings. It's going to be Leo, Sag, Aries type energy. This guy here, or woman, however you want to know it, they're clearly in command when they're upright. Clearly in command, confident, at ease, um, he's holding his staff. If we look at him, I'm trying to think, because they're putting this energy. The energetics of this reading are extremely strong. So he's holding it upright. Sometimes, but he's not going to go and, like, he's not the warrior. He's smart, trustworthy, faithful. If it would be a person. I'm not going to say a man because I can't for this reading. A person of status that's influential and independent and inclined to help us. Right? Strong energy could be a boss, a mentor, uh, maybe a senior business partner or some type of advisor, but the energy is honest, intelligent, fair-minded, and we'd get good advice from them all the time if it was like a actual person in our life, okay? And if he's not an actual person, it would mean it's a situation where it means exactly or it is exactly as it appears, with no hint, period, of any kind of deception. It's an indicator of good fortune, of good fortune coming our way. And I think that's our Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands energy, because we stood up to it. Perhaps it can come in the form of maybe unexpected help or advice, good news, a promotion, because we stood up for ourselves. Sometimes it's inheritance with this type of energy also. But they said say a little about reversal to me, so I'm going to say a little about if he's upside down, standing on his low head here, and they don't normally tell me to do that. It could be delays in business, right? Or a business we were starting, another person's advice we need in order to get some kind of cooperation, but they'd be available, but they wouldn't go out of their way to help us when this energy is on its head. They wouldn't block our efforts, but they won't block the efforts, and even if they approve, that's how they want me to say, even if they approve of what we're trying to accomplish on our own, but they're not going to lend us any support. So, for some of us, it's going to go that one way, and some it's going to go the other way, because there'll be no moral support. Oh, yeah. It's that superficial stuff, but not going to help us in any way. You're not going to get the overt help from them when they're like this. It's more a lazy energy, but they won't stand in your way, which is helpful too, because then you would be able to negotiate, That's all. It's true. We still would be able to negotiate with this Emperor Justice, and the end result, though, or ability to stand up for ourselves, end result is we still get the Six of Pentacle energy. So I think because we're resilient and we're obedient to knowing that what we perceive outside and our intuition are in sync this month from that original message, we're going to take the responsible action in a tactful, diplomatic manner so that we come out on the other side and content with what we have gotten, and we still have our, if we're fighting off these other six rods, we still are, we have our resilience. Maybe we'll need a little breather, to sit back for a while, but we'll still have it, that's a weird message, but we'll still be, I think maybe some of us, it could be like a court battle, but I think maybe this reading is a lot about that original message, either, having to have the talk with a, family, friend, relative, somebody that is really doing something I don't much like, or the talk stepping up and saying, whatever's going on here is not working for me. And sorry, Scorpio, you can't make these angels cards up. You just can't. What have they been telling us through the whole thing? Our card is have confidence. We're going to stand it no matter what. It says here, moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence is in God's enough. Perception and our intuition are going to come together for us. Confidence in God's enough, along with knowing that God works through and with you all and in all ways. And lean upon us for if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy your courage and your faith, and will give you a big stick, Scorpio, because he has a big stick, and our Seven of Wands character here has a big stick too. Good God, you cannot make these angel cards up. You pull them out of here. Sometimes I think, how in the world did that even happen, or how did it even come out in that manner? But you have to admit, that's what they're telling us. Stand up. Do it. It says this card is a message from your angels to say you can do it. Trust that you have all the ingredients it takes to complete the mission that's before you. Although you may not completely understand how you're going to fulfill this task, have faith that you be continually guided. The more you can depersonalize the mission and know that it's not about you, the better. Don't listen to the voice that says, who, me? You're utterly worthy, since you are perfect daughter or son of the Creator, and the angels surround you every step of the way. Stay in the moment, focus on one step at a time, give all the worries or concerns to God and the angels. Ask the angels to increase your faith and trust that God's love and wisdom are working through you. And the King of Rods energy upright is very wise. There you go, Scorpio. I don't know what it's going to mean to us, but that's our reading for this month. So I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. Anybody who wants to go neb about me or know more about me, all the information's down below the screen at the website. Or if you need to set an appointment with me, all the information to do that is at the website in that About section. There's 2 short videos over at the website. One explains a prayer class I put out there for you, and the other one explains sutras classes I put out for you. They're 5 sutras, take 5 minutes a day to do, and it enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. Prayer class is 2.5 hours long and explains how you format and why you format them that particular way. And there's those little videos that are 5 minutes long over there. And to everybody I met through doing YouTube videos for 3 whole years, and all of you I've met through 31 years of doing this work. I want to tell y'all it's been an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to be able to serve you, and hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.